We have a lot of Marvel stuff to talk about. A lot, actually. There's a lot going on. And we're going to start here because I'm sure all of you are disappointed about this, just like it says in the Screen Rant headline. Echo Season 2 gets disappointing update from Marvel executive. And that is, of course, that they're not sure if a Season 2 is coming. Spoilers, it's not. This show got buried in the streaming charts. Nobody watched it. The ratings for this show are awful because nobody, if they did start it, they didn't finish it. The show is bad, really bad, and tough to watch, to be honest. Not executed very well. The whole hearing thing, the way they did it, it makes the show a rough watch. And it's not surprising to me that it's not going to get a season 2, although I'm sure they wish that it had. And you go over and check out some of the reviews for it, it shouldn't be too shocking. 61% from the audience. Pretty low. Pretty low. Even the critics have it low at 71%. And, of course, they're doing that thing again. When you change it to top critics, it drops down to 60%. Not a shock. Actually, no, I take that back. It is a shocker. I'm surprised that this isn't at 100% with mainstream critics because look at some of these. Like this one right here from the New York Magazine, Vulture. This is a top critic. Echo resists pandering in its celebration of female, indigenous, and disabled identities, keeping it all rooted in character moments that are organic and well-earned. Sure. The show is so bad that the critics aren't going to show for it. That's how bad the show is. You have one or two, and this is why they praise it. Because it's a show about culture and heritage and all this stuff. Not because of the story. The people that do praise it for its ESG points. And that tells you all you need to know about why this show is pretty shit. Also, they cut Kingpin in it again, but then they want to make him a main threat to the street-level characters. Yeah, he's so threatening after he's been beaten to hell by fake Hawkeye and now Echo. Yeah, he's such a threat now. He's a pushover is what he is. But the film's cinematographer, Kira Kelly, came out and said that she's not sure that Echo would get a season 2. But the door is open for her to appear in other MCU projects. So that's the disappointing update because, of course, it's disappointing. All of these outlets were talking about how great this show was. Screen Rant was loving this show because, of course, of the background and the disabilities that the character has, not the storytelling. None of that matters. And here's the rest of the updates for when it comes to Marvel. Captain America 4 getting massive reshoots. The amount of time that this is going to be reshot, they could make an entirely new movie. So they're doing massive reshoots again. By the way, there were rumors about reshoots back in November. So I'm going to guess that these additional scenes are another batch of reshoots. This movie's budget is going to be crazy because they already, from what I understand, practically had the movie done, at least film-wise. I don't know about effects. And then there were rumors about reshoots last year, and now more reshoots. They even brought on a new writer recently. They're desperate to get the MCU back on track. Though, of course, Inverse says it proves it's already back on track. Yeah, we'll see what the finished product is here. I'm going to guess not good. Unless they can drag out old man Steve Rogers to somehow make this work. I don't see that happening. Maybe at the end, Chris Evans comes back. That would get things back on track, but this movie, going to be bad. And then the Fantastic Four is now getting new writers. Probably because the movie is going to be shit, and there's a reason nobody wants to play Pedro Pascal. This is apparently an Invisible Girl movie. So Yeah, this movie I have very little hope for. Then you have Iron Fist. Another person has come out and said that it's going to be a woman, that they're going to get rid of Danny Rand, even though they came out and said all of the Netflix shit is canon now. All of that matters now. So they have an Iron Fist in place. So they'll probably bring in the actor for a minute and then get rid of him and replace him with this woman. Just like they did in the comics, by the way. There's a reason they started kicking that around, because Danny Rand got to go. Get him out of here. Get rid of that old toxic man bringing a woman. Get it right on track. Get it pushed up there. It's going to be better. Because that's what comic fans have always wanted. This new, better version. A new project for Iron Fist is rumored to be in development with a woman in the main role. Finn Jones could potentially return as Danny Rand, but he won't be the main Iron Fist going forward in the MCU. Shocking. So that's going to be the new Iron Fist right there. This woman. I'm sure all of you Iron Fist fans are super excited about that one. Just overflowing with joy and excitement about the future of the MCU. They can't get this right. They can't get it right. They refuse to get it right. They could get it right, but they're not going to get it right. And then the last little piece of news is that Ant-Man and the Wasp has been nominated for a Razzie, the first nomination for the MCU. Honestly, the Marvels should get this award, not this movie. And I'm not saying this is some kind of masterpiece. But the difference between the Marvels and this movie is night and day. The Marvels is far worse than this. And if any movie should have been nominated for a Razzie, it should have been that piece of shit. By the way, Indiana Jones 5 also nominated. And in my opinion, that should be the movie that wins over anybody. Because that movie is a giant piece of shit. So, there you go. Marvel just doing a great job lately. Really bringing people together to laugh at them. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. What are your thoughts? Do you have any faith left for Marvel? I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.